1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, it's December. It's terrible. Everything's terrible. Everything's not terrible. That was me whining. No, it's December, and it's that time of year again. It's that wonderful, wonderful time of year again, where oh God, where do I start? I used to like Christmas. I really did. I was a kid once. I was a kid, and it was exciting because there was surprises. Surprises are fun, and I think it's, I'm wondering, maybe it's a dopamine rush. Maybe it's some sort of chemical reaction that happens in the brain with Christmas. I don't know. It's anticipation. You're waiting for this day to come. It's like, yeah, but I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I'm going to give you my reasons behind it. My well thought out. I spent all night. I stayed up all night writing this. No, I didn't. So, one of the main reasons that I don't do Christmas is because I'm no longer a kid. And I know a lot of you may say, well, fuck you. Like, that's rude. You shouldn't say fuck you to me. That's kind of, why would you say that? Jerk. But it's not, I don't know. When you're a kid, everything is new and exciting and wonderful, and it's the awe of life, right? And I still kind of have a little bit of that, but not much of it. But so that's one of the reasons. The other reason is I don't have kids. I have offspring. I have 2 young men who came out of my balls. But, they're not full of the awe and wonder that is surprises and Christmases and, so that tends to bleed away the excitement of the Christmas spirit. Oh man. The third reason is I am no longer a Christian. I was once. Once I was a Christian. I only became a Christian because there was this really hot girl across the street named Helen. She had big tits. And she was English, and she was really cute. She had like an underbite. It was fucking hot. And I'd always dabbled. I had dabbled in Christianity as a child. I was raised mostly agnostic, I guess. We didn't practice religion in our house. We didn't We didn't even talk about it. We didn't do much in my house. That's a whole other podcast. But yeah, it was pure commercialism for sure. It was the whole Charlie Brown. This is what Christmas is. Fucking Charles Schultz. Charles Schultz he had his shit together. He knew back in fucking 1964 or whenever that goddamn cartoon came out. He knew that Christmas was going for shit when he made that cartoon. If you watch that cartoon, it's all about the fact that like everybody's just like way too into the commercialism. And that was, when was that? 1964? Something like that. Like 50 years ago. Dude was like saying, hey, you've forgotten the Christmas, like the Christ Mass, like the actual fucking name of it. It's the child and the manger and the shit. So he knew. He's on board. But you can't live your life being a Christian. You can't. No, you can't. No, I'm telling you right now. It's not good. It's not good. It does not end well. It doesn't end well. Which brings me to the fourth reason that I don't do Christmas, is I'm no longer a consumer whore. I do not enjoy consuming goods. I do not. One of the thing, the whole gift giving thing is, this is completely non-biased because I'm a cheapskate. It's such a waste of money. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're just buying more crap for people that already have too much crap. And then what's that crap gonna, it's just, and there's the escalation. You have to outdo yourself every year. Well, last year, like, what happens when you get a really good present one year, to get a shittier present next year? Because, like, what? It's just, it's bunkum. We don't need this whole gift giving thing. I personally, I did this thing in my family. It's not a very big family. Where it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I just stopped buying presents. I just said, fuck it. I'm not buying presents for anyone. I just showed up with no presents. And I'm just going to keep doing it until people figure it out. Until people say, oh, what did Sean bring? Nothing. That's right. I brought nothing. Because presents are stupid. And we need to stop. It's fucking madness. It's retarded. I don't want to fucking buy and get presents anymore. I'm not a fucking 8-year-old. Jesus. Tap dancing. Garland Christ. I don't know. I don't say, man. It's you gotta stop. I mean, Christmas was great. And I'm not gonna, I'm coming up on my 50th Christmas. 48th Christmas this year? 48th? 49th? I don't know. I don't know how time works. It's a theory. Lizard people. But, yeah, when I was 1, Christmas, meaningless. 2, Christmas, maybe something, I don't know. 3, it's a conception of, oh my God, everything's different all of a sudden, and things are weird. Age 4, well, now you can talk, and then the whole deceit and lie about Santa comes in, and you start having to lie to your children. Because that's good. That's healthy, right? Yeah. Yeah, you should lie to your children. And this fucking thing flies around the world. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So, I guess maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, around those times. It was super exciting. Crazy exciting. Everything's exciting because it's anticipation. It's a dopamine rush. It's Christmas is coming. You're going to get stuff. You're going to get things. Because you remember from last year. And it's pattern recognition. You start seeing, like, oh, okay, well, last year this happened. Well, it's got to get better every year. Then again, this is the whole gift giving. You got to ramp it up every year. It's got to be better than last, right? You got to outdo yourself every year. And 8, 9, 10-year-old me, like, literally didn't know, like, okay, I think I jumped a few years, maybe 10. I think I probably knew by the time I was 8. I've got a good story for that, actually. So, when I was, it actually is the first time I ever swore in front of my parents. I was sitting between them, and it was like Christmas time, and we were talking about Santa, and we were talking about Santa coming down the track. I think it was 8, maybe it was 8, coming down, Santa would be coming tonight and coming down the tree and something like that. I'm going to mess this story up because I was 8 and I don't remember it. And I've blown the story. Fuck it. Just turn off the podcast. Fuck it. It's just, you ruined it. You've ruined it, Leech. Way to go. Good storytelling. Loser. Anyway, Mom said something about something, Dad said something, and I said, well, Dad's so fucking fat that he couldn't get down the chimney or something like that. But it just like rolled off my tongue. And of course, I'd been swearing since I was much younger than that, but never around my parents. And they both kind of looked at each other. They kind of chuckled and got up and got some eggnog. It was a very weird moment. It was also that moment that I realized that Santa wasn't real. It was that whole like, wow, this whole thing's been just a big fucking lie, and great. And so what do I do now? And now this is where it gets weird, is now for me, it's not as weird as it could be, because my mom's not a fucking idiot. She didn't, keep the, some parents do crazy shit. Some parents will like fucking, like go up on the roof and like make noises and like, have like footprints on the floor and shit, and it's like, it's crazy, it's insane, it's like, it's manipulation. You're manipulating your children. the whole thing is so it's just fucked. It's fucked, man. I don't know. Anyway, so after that, I guess everything was all, okay, well, parents buy my presents, whatever. It's cool. I'll just keep. It's kind of like the don't ask, don't tell, right? I know Santa's not real. You know that I know that you know that I know that you know that I know. But we'll just keep playing the game. And it's still cool because you still get shit, right? And when you're a kid, you don't have to worry about buying people, you're a kid. You don't buy people shit. So, fast forward a few years. And, Harvey wants to look at his presents and see what they are before, Christmas comes. And so we're, using a little knife and we're cutting open presents. Look at them. Wrap them back up. I don't know why that was a good idea. I don't know why that was even an idea. It just ruins Christmas. You're like, now what are you going to do Christmas morning, Harv? Like, come on. Anyway. So his mom's coming home earlier or something. So he starts panicking. So me and his brother, we're making fun of him. He's like, you gotta help me. You gotta help me get all these things wrapped up. And I'm like, and I'm holding the knife. And he pushes me and I fall. And I fall on the ground. But I brace myself with my hands. But unfortunately, I use the knife in my hand to brace my fall with my other hand. So the knife goes like right through my hand. It's really nice. Christmas Eve. And, a couple of teenagers in the house. I'm like bleeding all over the place. And his brother, Harv's brother, Scott, grabs me, takes me over to the kitchen sink, holds my arm down into the sink, and runs water over it. Of course, blood pumps down in gravity. So he's just holding my hand down in the sink and just pumping the blood right down the drain. Just, that's good. That's empty, Sean. So, Harv calls my mom. Hey, you better go over here. Sean's cut himself real bad. And so my mom, by this time, the parents have split up, so she doesn't drive. That's a whole other story. Gets the neighbor from next door. He's a Vietnam vet. And just grabs him. Says, we gotta go. Sean's hurt. And so he gets the car, they drive over to my thing. He comes flying up the stairs. This guy, Marty, he's like the calmest dude I've ever met in my life. Every time you see him, he's, hello, Sean, how are you? Nothing phases this guy. I remember being at like barbecues and neighborhood barbecues, and the guy, shit's going down, things screwed up. He was just, okay, well, I will just super calm. I get it now. I didn't understand it at the time, but now I know he's seen some shit, man. Like Marty probably killing gooks there in the rice paddies, man. He's a maniac. So like when you come back to the real world, everything seems like not a problem once you've seen that kind of fucking shit. So he bounds up the stairs, grabs me, and he grabs my arm, puts it in like this weird kind of tourniquet with his own arm just to like stop the blood flow, raises it above my head, obviously above the heart to keep it from, to stop the blood, and then picks me up and then bounds down the stairs and into the car. And right about that time I lose consciousness. It's kind of like the whole Saving Private Ryan thing going on here. I don't think that movie was out yet, but anyway, at that point in my life, I did feel like a war, a guy being carried through the fields of, whatever. I don't know, but fuck, you figure it out. Fill in the gaps. What am I, a storyteller? So yeah, that was Christmas 1983, 13. Not so magical. All right, so like 15, 16. Oh, so my mom moves out with her boyfriend, and I'm in charge of the house. I'm a teenager. You think I give a shit about Christmas anymore? No, I don't. Because why? I'm not a kid anymore. So it just dissipates. But life moves on, and you get stupid, and you think you should get married and have kids, and you think that means something, because your lizard brain kicks in, and well, then now you get to relive the Christmas season. You get to relive what it's like to be a kid again through your child's eyes. Only problem is you still have all that bullshit that you figured out from when you were a kid. So now you're like, well, I'm not gonna fucking lie to my kid. Fuck that shit. Like, this is bullshit. You don't lie to your kids. Who lies to their kids? Shitty parents, that's who. So, we do the whole Santa thing, and we decorate things. And you get to watch, them, like, get excited, the anticipation, the dopamine rush. Anticipation. Did I say that already? I can't remember. I really want all of the snot out of my head. It'd be great. Really great. If this cold could just go away. This is a call out to the 7 people that listen to my podcast. Can you say a prayer for me? My God is essentially me running a computer simulation in a different realm of existence. You can call him God or Super Sean or whatever, but that's who you address it to when you do your prayer. Anyway, back to the story. So, I'm like, oh, well, so I was very I was very perplexed. How do I have the magic of Christmas and let my children experience the magic of Christmas without lying to them? So I just let society and, the environment tell the lies to them, which in hindsight is just equally as horrible. It's like watching a guy get stabbed and standing there and going, well, I don't know it's not mine. That had nothing to do with me. And then they started asking questions, and I would just be like, oh, what do you think? Oh, what do you think? And that worked for a while. But then eventually they got sick of that shit. They were like, right. I remember the day they came to me, they'd obviously been talking about little fuckers. They'd planned. They weren't going to let me get away with it. So they're like, Daddy, Santa Claus real? Well, what do you think? And they're like, no, we don't know. No, none of this what do you think stuff. Tell us, is Santa Claus real? So I had to tell the truth. Destroy their innocence. But at least I never lied to my kids. like my mom and dad did. Fucking horrible parents there. Fuck. God, I hope they die. I'm kidding. Everyone dies. So then you continue on the tradition, but now you've got a house, unfortunately the wife's buggered off to France or something, and you've got a house full of 3 boys that just don't believe in Christmas or anything. But you still keep the tradition going, and you still have a mother that still likes all the pomp and circumstance and fanfare. So you keep doing it. And it just... And the music, man. The music. It's great music. Beautiful music. And there was a time when, you know, you would listen to it and it brought back... It was like a... You know, like... You have like a flashback, you know, or just the sound of it brings back those memories of the excitement. But it's like chasing the dragon, right? It's not the same. It's just a memory of a... So, and eventually you just get tired of that part of it too. And then now you're here, and what do? Christmas is now just an annoyance. Because I'm not a kid. I don't have kids. I'm not a consumer. I'm not a Christian. And none of the parts of Christmas really have anything to do with me at all. So why? Why? I ask you. There is one Christmas song I do like, and I do play it every year. And since you guys seem to love it when I sing, it's not even so great. I'll sing it for you now. Fuck Christmas, it's a waste of fucking time. Fuck Santa, he's just out to get your dime. Fuck holly and fuck ivy and fuck all that mistletoe. White-bearded big fat bastards ringing bells where'er you go. And bloated men in shopping malls, all going ho, ho, ho. It's fucking Christmas time again. Fuck Christmas. It's a fucking Disney show. Fuck reindeer. And all that fucking snow. Fuck carols. And fuck Rudolph and his stupid fucking nose. Fucking sleigh bells jingling everywhere he fucking goes. Fuck stockings and fuck shopping. It just drives us soul insane. Go tell the elves to fuck themselves. It's Christmas time again. Tales from the Weird Seanverse. I'm working on it. I don't know. We'll do a thing. I need a full orchestra and a composer. And a genius, and we'll make it happen. I woke up last night, midnight, with like extreme breathing problems. I was like gasping for air, like just, you know what it sounds like. You've been there, and I was freaked out. I thought I was done. I thought this is it. This is the big one. And doing keto, I thought, it's heart attack. No, this is different. It was like my lungs, it's like, just couldn't get enough air. Like my alveoli weren't working. That was really weird. And I was like, fuck, we're in for a night. Here we go. Fuck. And then I woke up and it was 7 a.m. Just happened out of nowhere. So I get up. My eyes are still kind of gluey, a little bit sealed shut, a little epoxy man. Mr. Epoxy Man, bring me a dream. Make him the richest boy that I've ever seen. And I felt a little better, you know? I don't know about you guys. I don't know what you guys are like. But for me, I have an energy level meter in my whatever. And you can come up to me at any point during the day and say, oh, what's your energy level at? And I'll give you a percentage. I'm that accurate. Anyway, my energy level was actually up. And I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. But I'd already kind of, in my head, made the promise to myself to go to the doctor, get a prescription, sit in the walking clinic, and look at all the other sick people, play on my phone in front of a big sign that says, don't use your phone in the office. Anyway, so I go, I get Dr. Love or something, Dr. Hart, Dr. Love. Dr. Hart. Kind of a dick. I've had him before. I don't like him. He looks at my eyes, goes, yeah, here you go. Gives me the shit. So I, take it and I go, walk around. Now I'm walking around doing my daily shit, getting some stuff, because I'm out in different areas, so I'm being efficient. But as I'm doing all this stuff, my eyes start feeling better. They're like, they don't burn when I blink, and they don't itch. And as the day goes on, my energy level comes up a little, 2 or 3%. And it's fucking weird, man. I swear. I think all I need to do when I get sick is just go to the doctor, get the prescription, and then don't fill it. And then I'll be fine. That's I think you should try that too. Everybody listening to this, next time you're sick, go to the doctor, get your prescription, go through the whole process, waste your whole day, and then take the little piece of paper and just throw it in the garbage. And then you get better. That's my theory. I think it works. Anyway, I think my body, right on the day that I chose to see what Western medicine could do, decided to do a right uppercut to the virus that was fucking with my eye. Because I feel great, man. My eyes are, they're 90%. It's amazing. It's weird. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's science, It's science, it's math, it's God, it's ice cream. What? Man, I realized I'm actually having oh, beam me up, Scotty. I'm having Bizzaro December. I don't know if any of you know who Bizzaro is. I don't really know who Bizzaro is either. I know he's the antithesis. I'm going to have to look that word up. I don't know how to say that properly. Antithesis? He's the anti-Superman, Bizzaro. Basically opposite world. But yeah, I'm having Bizzaro December because I'm like, for many, many years, December was always my sinful month, my month of gluttony, where I would just like, I remember when the boys were young. I probably did it earlier, but I know when the boys were young, because I wasn't one of those parents that just bought whatever the kids wanted. I bought, sensible shit. And because if you buy all awesome stuff all the time, then nothing's a treat, right? You got to make stuff scarce so that it's a treat. So in December, it was always like the first weekend of December was always like a fun weekend for us, because we would go to the store, and I would let them choose what they wanted, because I had, being a single dad, I had to take them shopping with me, so they always came with me to the grocery store, and they hated it because it's a chore. Buying food is a chore, and but yeah, that first weekend of December, it was like, all right, buy whatever you want, and they just I think the first weekend of December was probably better than Christmas for them. But I would join in too. I would just get everything. Everything that I was, not eating, because I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be eating that. That's no good. And then I would just fatten up in December. And now it's the opposite. And it's happened because pretty much every day is Bizzaro Day for me now. Actually, no, sorry. Every day is Gluttony Day? No. Well, it was. I mean, that's how I got fat. You don't get fat from being chaste. Is that the opposite of gluttony? I'm gonna do a podcast on that one. One of these days, we're gonna delve deep into the seven deadly sins and the 7 virtues. Have a big discussion about that. It'll be fun. But yeah, I'm on keto, and I'm not drinking. Pretty much doing the opposite of what I've done every December for the last 30 years maybe. Yeah, that's right. Stealing ideas from other people. That's what I do. It's a Sunday evening podcast. Oh, hey, Sean, that sounds like the Monday morning Bill Burr podcast. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Sounds very much like it. Sounds like you're ripping him off. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. I don't think Bill cares. I think he's an old angry ginger like me, and he would be like, this guy's on something. No, actually, that's not true. I think Bill will probably tell me to go fuck myself. Because Bill is married and has a kid, and he's down that hole, so I don't even know what I'm going to do with Bill. Whew. Bill Burr is another reason for me wanting to stay alive. I got to see this out. I gotta see where this train ends, man. I can't. I mean, I love the ending. Well, everyone likes to finish, obviously. What was I talking about? I don't know.
Start recording. Can I guess? Turn it off.
Shut your face. No. Come on, guys. See it?
Well, put it away. Hey, listen, you're not going to raise
Doing the nails and craft too. None is good when I'm doing my schoolwork. Nails and crafts clean. None is fuckhead. I'm doing my shitty schoolwork. Doing your nails in place, fucker? Oh, fuck off, you damn bag. I'm doing my goddamn schoolwork. Hey, little manna, what do you think I'm doing? Doing that fucking nails in school? Well, come on, get back to work. I'll shut your face, you dumb old bag. Stop you. Oh, I got puke in your face, Mr. Buffy. I say face, dumb bag. Cunt face. Remember, I will cut your puke off. Oh, you fucking big. You didn't see it. Another big. Yes, you beat my new picture. And I will be the goddamn student. And I will puke all over you to the step up shit, you dumb bag.